Good evening and welcome to the Sultans of Shadilay podcast. I am joined by Second Plague tonight, and we are going to kick off by having a chat about what the latest eaters have reported on today.
Greetings. Yeah, we're down a few people. Trim is in traffic or something after getting a tattoo. Popular theory is that it's like a tattoo of bread, but who knows? Uh, might be a Transformers tattoo. We'll have to ask him.
I think it is Transformers related.
Yeah.
He had got it earlier and he's getting like it touched up or coloured or something, whatever it is that weird tattoo people do.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't know anything about that because I don't have any tattoos. Then maybe I should get like a tire mark tattoo over my legs. Um, or over my ribs. Uh, so the British man gets 5 years for thought crime.
Yeah, like quite literally thought crime. Three
Yeah,
books and being quite possibly a neo-Nazi. Um, England, calm down.
yeah. I I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like part of it that got pointed out was Callum's like these books are completely legal to buy, right? I
Exactly, they're
mean,
legal to buy, legal to possess. But hey, if this is the standard we're going to go with, rules for radicals, every leftist goes to jail.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's also like not that I'm arguing that any of these books should be illegal or banned or whatever, because I am not a book burning Nazi. Um, but the weird thing is, like, I don't know, it would at least be more consistent if the books were illegal to sell, right? I mean, it would be like if it was legal to sell heroin on the street corner, but not to do heroin. Like that'd be pretty fucking weird, wouldn't it?
It would be, but I'm sure that most governments had come up with something stupid like that, though.
Yeah, most probably, yeah.
But it boggles my mind. Like, in Scotland, just saying something in your own home can get you arrested. In England, no. Gotta make the Scots look like pussies and go the extra step to make possessing books a crime.
Yeah, it's this it's a race to the bottom and it's just kind of sad, not good.
Double
Jeez.
plus ungood.
Yeah. Makes me really happy for the First Amendment and makes me very terrified every time the left talks about packing the Supreme Court. Because it's like, realistically, what's going to stop them? Well, actually, I don't know. It might take them a while to get there because, like, even when the court was more balanced or biased towards the left, there was still like a pretty much unanimous rejection of hate speech laws on the grounds of the First Amendment. So I don't know. I think even with more leftists in the court, it would take them a little while before they got there. But there's nothing stopping them.
Even
I mean,
with a significant amount of leftists in there, if any of them's actually a competent judge or lawyer or whatever it is you need to be to get in there, like they'd be sitting there in their back room talking chamber with Biden, going like, "We can't do this with unless you change the Constitution because it'll be us on bikes."
yeah. Um, yeah, that is true. Like you would, America, we have guns. Except, the second that they felt the backlash for what would frankly be treason against the Constitution. Like the second people tried to do something about it, Biden would come out and be like, "Oh, this is just like January 6th. All white supremacists want to stop us from passing hate speech laws. The white supremacists want to overthrow democracy. And so now we have to ban anyone who supported Trump from ever getting a gun because it's a red flag for extremism.
Well, if Biden wants to eradicate white supremacists, he needs to start with the person responsible for more imprisoned black men than anyone else, his vice president.
Yeah. Wait, who's more responsible? Who's responsible for more black people in prison, Biden or Kamala?
Well,
That's the real question.
I'm pretty sure it's 50-50. Biden wrote the rules, Kamala enforced them.
Yeah, I'll say Kamala's worse because she's younger. So like Biden's,
Yeah.
Biden's been around in the Senate for 100 years, right? So I mean,
Yes,
he's had
he
more
is the
time to
Senate.
rack up those numbers. So Kamala's numbers are the more impressive of the two.
Yeah, she's. What blew my mind the most was how it came out that she knew that what she was doing was wrong. She was ecstatic that she was sending people to jail for bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's just kind of a vile person. But I mean, kind of the thing with the Supreme Court on the First Amendment or whatever is that, there's some optimism from the fact that the, American public wouldn't take kindly to that. And there's some optimism in the fact that there is precedent for even like left wing justices being like, no, hate speech laws are blatantly unconstitutional. That being said, something being like not at all supported by the Constitution did not stop the Supreme Court in the case of Roe v. Wade, right? Where it's like, no matter what your like opinion is on the legality of abortion, whether you're pro life, a safe, legal, and rare person, or abortions all the time. Like, there's just no honest way of looking at Roe v. Wade and thinking it came from an honest reading of the text of the Constitution. That took some weird fucking like voodoo magic 3D chess kind of shit. Like, it says something about privacy. Yeah, so therefore, a woman can do whatever she wants, get an abortion because privacy. Abortion is guaranteed by the Constitution because of privacy. It's like, by that logic, I could fucking murder someone in my own house. I could rape kids in my own house. I could fucking torture people in my own house, and it's okay because it's in my house. It's my privacy. Like, no, obviously that would be horrifying bullshit. Like, there's no, and it is funny because at the same time they're like, the Constitution like guarantees a right to an abortion, and it's like they do all this like jujitsu kind of reading shit to get to that point. They're like, no, what do you mean? No, the Constitution doesn't guarantee a right to bear arms.
It does seem a really strange argument that the Constitution guarantees the right to an abortion. No. Like, there's a million arguments for and against abortions, and not a single one of them is the Constitution says.
Yeah. Yeah, Cap sure makes a good point. Back in the 1800s, when I was in the Senate, and I want to be in the Senate again, which is why I'm running as a proud Democrat for the United States Senate.
Yeah, but he's forgotten that the Democrats don't support the KKK anymore, like they did when he first joined.
I love how he said that twice on the campaign trail. It wasn't like a one-time thing, but there's like 2 different clips of him accidentally saying he's running for Senate.
Yeah, it's almost as if when you have an 80-million-year-old lunatic who's suffering from advanced mental degradation due to, being old, they say stupid things.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious, Bezic. Do you think an open letter to open-minded progressives would count as extremist content?
Well, this
is Spoon in danger of getting arrested?
That is a good question. Does it count as extremist literature? That it depends though, because like their argument with the three books seems to be that they at least teach two of them teach you how to fight, and one of them teaches you how to make bombs that may or may not only kill yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, Rules for Radicals does it, and the Anarchist Cookbook has been around for like 50 million years, and every leftist loves it.
Yeah.
Capstasha says all of Mulbug's writings would qualify as extremist literature in the UK. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe counts as extremist literature in the UK. Because, Jesus' line must be offensive
Yeah.
to Muslims.
Oh, fuck. Christianity is extremist literature in the UK for being anti-Islam. C.S. Lewis referred to Muslims as Mohammedans, and that can't stand. Ban all C.S. Lewis shit now.
C.S. Lewis was pro-Christianity. Must ban.
Yeah, C.S. Lewis is based as fuck though. I recommend a reading of The Abolition of Man to anyone who wants a better understanding of thick concepts.
We'll have to add it to the reading list. See how big it is.
Oh, it is on the reading list already.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, God. Fastest growing UK terrorist threat is from the far right, say
Yeah,
please.
sure, but remember that's using statistics, lies, damned lies, and statistics. Okay, if you have one right-wing terrorist, and then you have two right-wing terrorists, that's a 100% increase. However, if you have a million Muslim terrorists, and then another 10,000 pop up, that's a smaller percentage.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was fucked, Cap Stasher.
Yeah,
Yes, that is an intrinsic belief of being one religion that you believe another religion is wrong.
yeah, so for anyone who's just listening in, Capstasha says, they actually arrested a preacher in the UK after he talked with a Muslim and he said Christianity is better. Yes, I believe Lotus Eaters covered it the other day, like a week or two ago. It's utterly ridiculous. And that's a completely different incident to the one where they arrested the preacher who said that Islam was satanic.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean that if you're a Christian in England, you're a persecuted minority?
Yes.
I mean, you can make a good argument for it. There's probably more devout Muslims than devout Catholics in the country.
I actually remember, I forget what year this was, but this was a year or two ago. Or it was over a year ago. I just don't remember how old this was, but this came up on Sargon's YouTube channel at one point, where the British immigration services were actually discriminating against Christian refugees from the Middle East who were I need to get out of here because these Muslims are gonna fucking kill me. And then the fucking, I don't know, immigration asylum government people were like, nope, Islam is a religion of peace. Denied.
Well, the stupidest thing about that is you can actually make a legitimate argument for them not settling in the closest safe country, because the closest safe country is also Muslim.
Yeah.
You can make an argument for moving them to the other side of the planet.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it wasn't even that they got denied. It's that they got denied because of kind of that Christian identity kind of thing.
Well, actually, speaking of British immigration,
yeah,
the immigrants. Well, that's a segue a lot sooner than I was expecting, but screw it. The refugees in France, sorry, the rape-fugees in France, are going to actually have a legitimate reason to come to the UK soon. Because they'll be able to go to the nearest safe country after the French Civil War kicks off.
fuck it. Why doesn't the UK government just offer them like 42 English virgins at this point? Hey,
Yes.
come on, show up, asylum seekers. We'll give you 42 virgins to have your way with.
Well,
Or wait, is it? No,
no,
wait, is it 72?
is it so? I don't know. But
Uh,
the government doesn't need to do that because they privatised it in Rotherham. They don't need to give them the virgins; they'll find them themselves.
oh well, at least we're not spending taxpayer money on it. Just proof that the private, the free market does rate better too. Less cost to the taxpayer.
Yeah. Capstacia says there is no persecution of Christians in Muslim countries. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Prime Knight, aren't the West Africans very conservative and based? Yes, yes, they are. The
Yeah,
West
I
African,
remember actually. Like
the
Sargon.
West African Christians, especially.
Yeah, which is why Sargon made like a joke about like the Anglican Church being kind of cucked. Which is sad because I know that C.S. Lewis, back when he was alive, was an Anglican, and Peter Hitchens, Christopher Hitchens' Christian brother, like wrote an article about remembering the Church of England from his childhood and how it's just completely gone to shit in the modern day. And so there was like a story about like the Anglican Church just completely cucking the social justice, being like, "Oh, we need diversity in our bishops and shit." And on the Lotus Eaters, they actually made that comment. That actually might save it. If they got like a bunch of West African like bishops in the Anglican Church, they might actually save it and make it based again.
Oh, it would be glorious. It would be glorious.